Hi everyone, hooray, we're on to day 12. So we're halfway now, this is halfway point. I'm going to do the next few days some lovely sort of Nordic style, Scandi style decorations. I'm going to make them quite easy because I reckon we're going to be in a position where we think we haven't got time to do this. It starts to get really busy on the run up to Christmas. And it also gives you an ability, if you have been lagging behind, to catch up. So I have basically drawn a heart. I'm going to wet the heart. And we're going to reuse the colours on the palette from yesterday. I'm using my round number 10 to wet the heart. And I'm going to use my round number 6 to take the colour in. So I've loaded my brush up and this is the cadmium red. So we want this nice and vibrant. Remember, if you can see the tip of your brush, you're going to get a nice line because you can see what you're doing with the line. So don't be afraid to turn it round if you need to. A really nice point at the bottom. I've got lots of these decorations. I like the simplicity of them and the colours of them. So you're going to concentrate on getting a really nice shaped wet in wet heart. And then we're going to rinse our brush out, load it up with a bit of water and come into that green mix is here. That green mix is Viridian and burnt sienna, but any green would do, and we don't want it to be too vibrant. And what we're going to do is create a little bit of shadow. So green is a complementary colour to red. This will create a lovely shadow. Rinse my brush out, dab it off, and what I want to do is blend a little bit on the paper. So I'm blending that green and red together, and it should make like a natural reddy brown. Really nice effective shadow there. Then what I'm going to do is take a clean dry brush and lift out some light. That's going to give us a light a bit. I'm going to run little bit of red on the ribbon that's holding the decoration up either side. I'm going to keep this quite light, and then I'm going to wet the rest of the ribbon, and then that colour from that side is going to flow through. Okay, I'm going to dry this one off. Okay, so that's nicely dry. I'm going to dip back into that green and pop in a little bit of shadow. This is a damp brush that went on to dry. I'm just going to pull that little bit of shadow up that way. So I've got a sharp edge to the front of the ribbon and a darker edge to the back of the ribbon. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is a little bit of a cheat. So this is a white gel pen. This is a Uniball Signo gel pen. I'll put a link in the description. I think you can get them off Amazon, which is where I got the last one from. They're very good. You can get lots of different gel pens on Amazon. I think they're all pretty much the same. You just want something white. If you don't have this or don't want to buy it, that's absolutely fine. You can use a bit of Chinese white, you can use white gouache, you can use white acrylic, you can use white acrylic ink. There are lots of different options. What I'm going to do is basically create the stitching that comes round the heart. So this is like a felt heart. And this is a nice, easy way to do it. But you could do it with a brush, a little detailer brush, a number 2, and still do this. Where it's darker, it always shows up more, the white. If any haven't worked well, sometimes the paper's still a little bit damp, and just come back over them. So I've got a really nice, effective heart and stitching now. So what I'm going to do then is find the centre. So that's the centre. I'm going to go up and down. So 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, then in between. So this is the start of my snowflake. You could actually use even a bit of masking fluid to do this, but I don't think it'd work as well as painting it on. So you want these all to be an even length, and then you're going to come round with 3 lines on each. On the bottom. If it doesn't work, it's often because the paper's still a little bit damp. So it's just a case of keep going back over it. And then I'm going to come in and create a little curve between each to create the rest of the snowflake. It's a bit like a spider's web. Spider's web, snowflake, same thing. There we go. So there we go, that's day 12, and I shall see you tomorrow.